Well, here we are. Look, I think everything is working. The lights are on, the sound's on. There's nothing on the desk apart from a nice single malt. I'm here. You're here. What else can go wrong? Well, we've probably got about 90 minutes to find out what can go wrong. But yeah, I'm here. Welcome to a Wednesday evening live with Ted. Do not adjust your set because Ted's live. Hey, sound and picture's good, said Fox. So that's, yeah. I've just noticed I've got a brown thumb. Yeah, I was... yeah, I did try to wash my thumb before I came on, I promise. It's all working. Yeah, I was doing a bit of weathering on a little railway truck that I got, just killing some time, and I knocked the I can't even read what it is now. Light rust wash. Yeah, I knocked it over. So, yeah, I spent the last half hour trying to clean the bench up, so if it looks a little bit tainted, it probably is. Yes, it's now brown. I reckon that if we go back in time and have a look at some of the older live streams, or even some of the older build videos, this mat will have been pristine and it will have been perfectly clean. And now look at it. Yeah, I must. Yeah, it doesn't look. Well, I was going to say it doesn't look very professional, but it looks. Yeah, it looks like we're doing something and not just here showing off. So there we are. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I just thought I'd have a bit of a relaxing afternoon, just doing nothing really, just titivating things up and making this look a bit worn and things like that. So yeah. I quite like doing these railway trucks. Yeah, they're quite nice and easy to do because all the paintwork and all the details just done on them. All you have to do is just weather them up. It's dead easy. But anyway, less of that. What are we going to get on with? Oh yes, we're going to get on with the Land-Wasser Schlepper early type. The kit that doesn't have a puppy. Yes, it doesn't have a puppy. So yeah, so here we right, where were we? If you haven't joined us before, this is what we're building this week. We started last week. Go back and have a look at last week's video. Not yet, but you can catch up where we were, and we can, well, I'll show you shortly where we were. But good evening to everybody anyway. Welcome to the live stream, and let's see who is in, by the way. I did notice that Chris was in first, and I'm on the live chat. Yes, I haven't forgot to change that either. So I think so far everything is going too well. Something's gonna go wrong, but anyway, yes, Chris was first in. Ted's boat tank. That's what it is. It's a boat and it's a tank and it's all the same thing. And then I came in. And then Chris came back in, and then AJ was in. Good evening to AJ. He was asking questions about Mandalorians and spaceships and things like that. I haven't got a clue, but yeah, drop a line to eModels, ask them if they know anything about it. Unfortunately, as you know, we actually don't work for eModels. We sort of just do the live streams and building for them. We're miles away in different parts of the country, so that's how we don't know what isn't coming in. The Titanic is coming on. Tyler Alley excuse me, asks what's the status of the Titanic. The Titanic is coming on. I was building some of these bits the other day, drilling. Oh, I nearly knocked that whiskey over then. I better drink some of it. I was building some of the decks. Well, it's the hull sides. It's the accommodation. So I was building them and drilling out holes. And yes, and part 3 is still in production because I've got to build a bit more, film it, and because it's such a big kit, it does take quite a bit to do. So yeah, so we're getting there. So part 3 will be around sometime soon. So that's Tyler Alley. Fox is in. Yes, good evening to Fox. And Ostrich 9000 is here for the floaty German truck bus thing, and of course me. Yes, me. And Jamie Bone. Welcome, Jamie. Yeah, I think people will start coming in now because they've probably ticked the notification bell down here. If you're watching on YouTube, it's down here. If you're watching on the telly, it's probably not there at all. If you're watching on the big screen, it's you can't see it. But never mind. Go across to e-models. No, go across to Skipper Scale Models and click subscribe and do that, and put your thumbs up as well, because it supports the channel and gets me good rankings, and yeah, it's good. It just shows your appreciation. Right, so well, where else? Everybody in comes for the model and stays for the TED. That's right. Graham M, good evening. Hi everyone. What's preferred drop tonight? Yes, I didn't mention that. I have mentioned the whiskey, but tonight is a single malt from Orkney. Yes, it's Highland Park. I've had it before, courtesy of Dad, Mike Mountain. Lovely little tipple, and tonight just a drop of water just to make it last a little bit longer, but it's nice. I'll give you some tasting notes. Light and refreshing, a hint of peatiness. There is a bit of an iodine type aftertaste to it, but it goes down smoothly. Nice and smooth, nice, relaxing, quaffable tipple that you could just ease the night away while you watch me on the channel. So go pour yourself a bit of Highland Park and enjoy the live stream. Right. I suppose we'd better get on with some building then already. But yeah, once again, each time we open this box, there's a sigh of sadness as there's no puppy. So yeah, so there we go. So where were we? Well, we got round to this bit. We glued all the suspension arms on. Some of them were nearly on upside down, but we corrected that. But that could have been the fault of last week's whiskey. But we're off. We're up and running. We've cut the first bits. We've glued the first bits, and now we need to find out what to do next. Right, so we need them. Oh, wheels. We need. It looks like, because I've put little ticks on here to remind me where everything else is. Yeah, remind me where we're up to. So we're up to wheels, because it's a tank. There's lots of wheels. So yes. So we need parts B, sprue B. As I said last week, you start putting the sprues back in the bag, and we're only into week 1, and there's no longer in the bags. So there we are. There's 2 sprue Bs, so they'll do for them. Let's get that out of the way. I keep looking, but there's still no puppy. Right. Right, EC Idaho's in. Who's Ostrich? EC. Graham M. Graham M says delicious. Ted, a real winter one, a real winner. Yeah, it is a lovely one, that. Hopefully I might get some more for Christmas, because it's nearly all gone now. Right, so we can start, I think, building, because we're building tanks, because we're on the bottom bit, and the bottom bit is a tank. It's all wheels and tracks and suspension. So what do we need to do? We need to glue all these on as well. Oh yeah, so it's 25 B25 times 4 on its right. So I think we'll put them on first, and then there they are. Right. So what's everybody been up to this week? It's only been Monday since I saw most of you last. So what have you been up to since then and now? Here in the UK, we've all been allowed to go outside again. We've all been allowed to go outside and stand outside the shops. So a little bit of normality has resumed. I need to go and get my hair cut. I was going to go today, but I thought the queue might be too big, so I'll go tomorrow, get my hair cut, because I need it, because my hats don't fit anymore. Right, let's do that. Pew! It didn't fire off, did it? Right, let's do that, and we'll take the nubs off. And of course it's belly and bench. As you know, we do that in all the live streams. For me tonight, it was a Yorkshire pudding filled with one of the big Yorkshire puddings, as big as a plate, and within it was a beef. It was like a beef stew inside. Beef, potatoes, carrots, and gravy, lots of gravy. So very nice. So that was my tea. What did you have for your tea? Let me know. And also, as you know, I'm here for the taking of the questions, so you can ask me anything within reason. I'll do my best to answer truthfully and honestly as I can, my lord. Just need to check that these are straight, and of course they're not, because we don't want wobbly suspension tracks, do we? Inside it was beef. Description complete. Yes. Oh, I've dropped it. I've dropped a wheel on the floor. Excuse me. Excuse me a moment. I'm just going under the bench. I'll be back in a minute. I'm under the bench now. I'm trying to find this bit. Oh. Ow. Yeah, right, I'm back. Ow, that hurt. Right. Fortunately, it was a big bit and it didn't blend in with the colour of the carpet, so everything is good. So we'll do this one. Cut off. And if you do have any questions for me, do put them in bold, because my screen is so far away I'll have trouble seeing that you've posted a question. There's that done. And we're really flying along tonight. That's 3 parts put on in the first 15 minutes. Rolls Barclay III, good evening. Graham McRobert, good evening. Who else? Yeah, they all keep coming in. Now they see that we've gone live. You see, it does work. The notification on YouTube, it does work sometimes. Although I think that YouTube have done something. I don't know what they've done, but it seems like half the channel, a lot of the channels that I've subscribed to seem to have been, well, not unsubscribed, but the notifications are not notifying me anymore. When I go to the channel, I thought, you think, oh, I haven't seen anything from such for a while, and you go to the channel and you find the notification bell is not ticked anymore. So just double check any subscriptions that you've got, especially your favourite ones, that they are still still the belly's ticked, because it's very useful. Inside it was beef description complete, says Fox, about my Yorkshire pud. Yep. Graham M, midweek pepperoni pizza delivered in the belly. I'll be back at the bench tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, Graham M, Lord Barclay's doffing his cap to you. Right, so we've done that side. We can now do the other side after a drink. I've just used that sprue, so it's not that one, it's this one. So, do you cut them off? I cut these off. I did come up with the intention today of finishing off a Professor Buck-Skipperton video. However, it turned out he couldn't make it in the end. He couldn't get around to do any filming, so I'll have to wait until another time to finish that video, and then there will be an instructional video about something. We haven't decided what yet, but it will be a short instructional video about something. But as I say, he couldn't make it. He had other arrangements, because it's not me, you know. It is really a different person. So that will be, yeah, be quite busy at the bench. I think this next week or so I'll be going back to work. When I do get back to work, if anybody's interested out there, I'll have a word with my boss, and I will make a video of where I work. I'll show you around the wonderful museum in the Lake District. Show you some of the things that you can see if you were to visit us, and some of the fantastic views. Hopefully it's not chucking it down when I do the video, but if you'd like to see that, I can sort that out and put it on my channel. We'll do a walk around before the public gets in. We'll do it first thing in the morning, where so switch everything on, open everything up, walk around, and I'll show you. So yeah, I'm sure she'll let us. Graham Robert, hope that is a single malt I'm having tonight. It is Wednesday night. I think we'll make it. Wednesday night is a single malt night, and Sunday nights for the Baneblade will be a gin night, because Monday is a midweek sort of. It's hump. I think they call it. Don't they call it Wednesday? Isn't it hump day? We're getting over the hump of the week, so we'll just chill and see ourselves over the hump with a single malt. Highland Park, Schlankivar. Lovely, refreshing. Yep. Right, let's continue with this. So, any more billing bench? We've had Graham M's. You should have all had your tea by now, settled in for the evening. It's chucking it down outside again. I put the bins out because it's bin day tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get the horrid look off Mrs. T if if I don't put the bins out. And if I ever miss the bin men, oh, woe betide, there'll be trouble. So yeah, for the rest of you, I know that a lot of you are on the same rota as me, so remember to put your bins out. Right. So that goes on there. I could have done with that nub off a little bit more. I'll leave it until it dries and goes firms up, and then I can rub that nub off a little bit better, because it'll just annoy me if I don't. I can get in. So, where's all the chat gone? Do a bit more. Right, what do we need to find now? Right, we want some wheels. Wheels and suspension. Make 8. Road wheel. So Chinese, Japanese writing and road wheel. Make 8. Oh, with a figure 8 in there. So, right. Let's get them. So the Christmas, the shops are open for Christmas. The question has already been put around in my family is, what do you want for Christmas? So yeah, has the same question been posed in your households? What would you all like for Christmas? Have you asked? Have you sent your letter to Santa? Or have you already pre-bought your Christmas present in the Black Friday sale for anything? Doesn't have to be anything to do with models. Just what are you getting for Christmas? Or what would you like for Christmas? If Santa was the magic Santa that he really is, because he is magic, should he bring you? Graham M says, Ted, for next Wednesday I'd suggest an Albalor single malt. Choose the age to suit your budget. Yeah, it'd be quite young then. They are all delicious. I have heard that. I haven't tried any of those yet. I will have a look at them. It was my dad's birthday the other week. Obviously because of restrictions, couldn't get to see him. So I went and bought him a Bushmills whiskey today. It's an Irish whiskey. I've never tried it myself, but I do believe, I think it was somebody in chat told me that Bushmills is the one that they served on the Titanic. So I thought, oh well, that's appropriate. I'll buy him a bottle of Bushmills. So hopefully he's going to save some, so when I go around at Christmas I'll be able to have a triple and try it. Wheels. Need some X-wing engines in those propeller indents. Could put some jet engines in there. All I want for Christmas is Dabka Prague away kit. What is that? Something to do with football? Yes. This is the way. Model Waking Guru said, "Wait, your dad? How old is he? Is that even possible?" Yeah. Yes. We go on forever in our family. Oh, look at the nubs on here. There are some injector pin marks on the backs of these wheels. I know that they'll never be seen. And I've just had a thought in my head that it might be better not to glue these on, but to paint them first. So I will have them built and then pinned the gluing of them on until next week, when I should have had them at least primed. Graham M says Bushmills was served on the Titanic, so right there. It could have been Graham that actually told me. It's also the oldest registered distillery in the world. I must get some and try it. It's on special offer in Tesco, by the way, because if you got your club card, you can. I think you get about £5 off it, so that's not a bad deal. So there we go. That's right. We need 8, so we've got enough for 2. So right, hang on. I might as well do them all at once. It's a song lyric. Bushmills, is it? It's ostrich. Ostrich. It's a song lyric. I can't think of that one. Bush. Blah. There we go. That right. Now we can. Which ones have I done? Oh. Must have done that one. Right, this one. Last night I had a night off. I watched. Has anybody seen the film The Gentleman? I watched it on Netflix last night. Has anybody seen that? Oh, fun. Great film. A British made film. British made film. Guy Ritchie directing. He was the guy that did the Sherlock series and things like that. So yeah, great film. I recommend go and watch it. Yeah. There's a bit of violence in it, but yeah, it's a guy film. Guy Ritchie, yeah. But never mind. Yeah, it's a film for chaps. Right, so we've got them, and we can now do 4 of them. So get the boat out of the way. Won't fit. Ted, my sanding is very graceful. It's soothing, isn't it? That's what it's about tonight. It's soothing. That was also a point that I was made aware of in the training school when I was in my apprenticeship, because I think we spent the first month just filing metal in a vise, and that's all we did. If you're filing a round object, don't file it straight across, because you put a flat in it. You file it on the rounding stroke, so that you then file around on a round piece of metal or plastic in this case. So if you file straight, you'll just file a flat on it. If you file it, see, you learn something. When you come to Ted's channel on a Wednesday night, you'll learn something. Don't sand Don't sand it. No, I'm making sure that there's nothing falling in there. Yeah. Graham M, it is Guy Ritchie. Yeah, I thought it was Guy Ritchie. I had to look him up. I thought he was that comic. Yeah, I thought, what's he doing making films? Shane Ritchie, is it? Yeah, Guy Ritchie. Yeah, he's a proper geezer, he is. He actually stars in it at the end of the film. I won't tell you anymore. No spoilers in here. But at the end of the film, he appears in it. He appears in his own film. Well, I suppose if you're the director, you can. Go use. So there was a bit of humour in it. It was quite comical fun. There we go. I think that's all them done now. I'll just check that none of the plastic has gone on there. Nope, none of the plastic's gone on the whiskey. Now these bits, we want these bits. I think that's them bits. B23. No, that's not them bits then. B23. That's them bits. And B12. That's them bits. So, right. Well, they don't all look the same. So we can cut them all off. Silence, as I cut these off. Silence. Yeah. Nice and peaceful, relaxing this evening. And then we can cut all these off. So I take it, Chris, if you're still watching, I take it, did you go back to work today? Sorry about that, knock the camera. Do the bit on the floor. Let's put the camera back to where it was originally. There we go. And, oops, nearly lost a bit. And we can cut that bit off as well. Did anybody else go back to work today then? As maybe you're working in retail or a non-essential shop or something, you could go back to work too. So some more gentle filing. This kit is pretty good. There's not many seam lines, it's just nubs really, just to knock off. And just a gentle rub, just take some seam lines off. Chris is back open tomorrow. Yes, I do think he did mention that the other day, that today they would be shut today anyway, so he's back in tomorrow. Yeah, it'd be a shock to the system having to go back to work to get up early again. Ugh. I've just realised that these are all... No, they're not. Right. Just cut all these off and then realised that they're all basically the same, so we'll have to find out which way round they go. Let's have a look. B12, the ones with a little pointy thing, B12s. Put all them up there. Oh, right. Sneaks in and sits down. High scale monomules. We saw you coming. We heard you open the door and we all looked. Yeah. That's why, like when you go in a pub, isn't it? When you go in a strange pub or on your holidays, when you go in a pub and you open the door, everybody stops, goes silent, and they all look at you. Oh, I keep dropping things tonight. Found it. I found something else as well. Where did that come from? Oh, that's off. Oh, yeah. That's off there. Yeah, when you go in a pub, when you go in a strange pub that you've never been in before, everybody stops. Oh. And looks at you. Phew, that was close. I picked up my mouse. I went to put the button back on and I looked round and the whole screen had disappeared. I thought I'd cut myself off, so I think I shall leave this over here. Yeah, but I've lost the chat. Hang on. Where's the chat gone? Yeah, you go in a pub and they all look at you. Yeah, how do they know it's somebody that they don't know coming in? Because they don't seem to stop when regulars come in. It's so unnerving, isn't it? It's a bit like the it's a bit like one of those films, the Avengers or something. Not the modern Avengers, not the Marvel, but John Steed and things that used to happen to him when he went in pubs. All the locals. So what were we on about anyway? Yeah, scale model muse sneaking in. Yes, we all saw you coming in. Pete Rogers not being off work with what looked like most of the people around here. Yeah, most of us have been off work. That's why we've got so much building done. I think that the only probably the only businesses that have come out top of this unfortunate incident is like model shops and knitting shops and DIY shops, because everybody's been painting, decorating, building sheds and doing stuff or being at the bench. Fox said, if I got this kit, I would throw the wheels out, custom mod it into an industrial Warhammer U-boat, flying boat thing with scrap panels and cabling everywhere. What I could probably do, what you could probably do is saw off the hull and then put in some resin and make it like it's a floaty thing. You could do that with it. Don't work, but the times I wish I was, but health comes first. Yep, Graham. Yep, I agree with you. It is nice. I'm in a fortunate position where I actually don't have to work. I don't need to, but I do like to get out and something to get out of bed for. Go to work, have that interaction with other people, and feel the need to get out and go do something. And earning a bit of pocket money as well is nice for the model building budget and other nice things in life. So the joys of retirement. Yeah, but I've never been busier since I did retire. I've never been busier. I've never stopped. You're a permanent taxi service, babysitting service, messenger service, fixer it, I think we said it on Monday night. It's just because you have a bench, people think you can fix things. Yeah, oh, this is broke. Oh, Ted will fix that for you. Yeah, just go pop it on his bench and he'll have a look at it, won't you? Yeah, okay. The other day I'd fixed a friend's sewing machine. Well, it was an overlocker, so that got fixed. But yes, we probably, yeah, we all moan about it, but yeah, I think we all enjoy doing it. Yes, probably you do need to get me a table with a lip round it. Stop, and one of those bowls you can put your soup in, so that you don't spill your soup in a plastic spoon. Yeah, it's a glass. Yeah, I could have a glass with like a Tommy Tippy spout on it with 2 handles. Yeah, when I'm in a care home and I've got me plastic cup with 2 handles on it and this drinking spout. Yeah. Ted over there, he's always happy in here. Yeah, that's because his drinking cup's full of whiskey. Yeah. Going to be more unnerving going into a pub wearing a mask. Yeah, remember the time when they used to tell you to take your mask off when you went in the bank? Now they tell you to put them on. Graham says he used to make those tables with a lip around them. It's a shipwright type work. I could be persuaded to do one more. Yeah. Beautiful pieces of work. With a little lip around, and the lip didn't go right round. If I'm right, Graham, the lip didn't go right round, but it stopped at each corner, and there was a gap. That was so all the spillages and all the water could roll out. Yeah. So even though you did have a table with a lip around it, there was still spillage. Yeah. You could still spill your whiskey, and it would just run out the edge, run out the corner. I see Emma. Yeah, Emma Peel. Yes, Emma Peel. Honor Blackman. Was it Honor Blackman? Was she Emma Peel? There was a couple of Mrs. Peels, wasn't there? Or a couple of assistants. Obviously, it was Purdy in the New Adventures. Yeah. Ooh, Joanna Lumley. Emma Peel was in the first one. So, but yes, watch the reruns. Watch them on YouTube or Sky or anything like that. Fantastic. Yes, Emma Peel. Ooh. Oh, you've put me up a building now. I just need another drink. In other words, you're staying out of the wife's way. Yes, that's it. I'm staying out of the wife's way because it's. Can you just fix me this? Because sorry, I need to go to the bench. I'm busy. Right, I see how these go together now. The big bit goes in the wheel and then it sits on like that. So yeah, that's it. Okay, we've got it sussed. So we've got 2 bits, one with the pointy thing on, the other bit, one with the holy thing on to accept the pointy bit, 2 wheels. The 2 wheels, there's a back to them and a front to them. So the 2 wheels go on there like that. That goes on there like that. And you should be able to glue these 2 bits together like that. I'm going to have to put an order into E-models because everything's getting low. Tamiya Extra Thin is the brush is at the far end of its reach and it's struggling to meet the liquid now. My brush cleaner, that's airbrush cleaner, that's nearly gone, and I'm almost at, yeah, I'm totally out of wide masking tape. So yep, I think yeah, James, if you're watching, I'll be sending an order in. Yeah, so there we go, that's that one done. Chat, let's have a look. Ebb appeal. Ted's I need a personal whiskey gimbal. That's, yeah, that's a good idea. Because no matter how hard I try, this bench, let's see if I can demonstrate with this paintbrush. This bench isn't level. See? So it's rather dangerous. That's why I've got a flat knife and not one of them round X-Acto knives, because it doesn't roll off the bench. Right, so that's that one. So now we can build another one. Oh, I'm getting good at this now. Graham says, I'm absolutely correct about the gaps at the side of the desks. There's another theory though, seasickness. Yep, you can work that out for yourself. Did you know nation's greatest hero, Nelson, well, one of the nation's greatest hero, Nelson, he suffered from seasickness. There we are. And a good cure for seasickness is oranges. They don't do anything for you, they just taste the same coming up as they did going down. So, clips in there. There we go, that's two out of 4, well, 2 out of 8 made. I did watch a couple of weeks ago on YouTube Sapphire and Steel with Joanna Lumley. I don't think Joanna Lumley was in Sapphire and Steel. No, it was, no, she was in The New Avengers, but she wasn't in Sapphire and Steel. It was that American guy. Excuse me. I can't remember the actors. Somebody will tell us on here. Somebody will go and Google it, who the actor and actress were in Sapphire and Steel. It certainly wasn't Joanna Lumley. Pete Rogers, hi Pete. Dropped amateur off to go into the bank. Yeah. Himself and another mate waiting in the car around the back of the bank, both wearing masks. What would he have made of that bank? Yes. Yep. Yep. Ted calling control. Ted calling control. There's 2 men in masks sat in a car at the back of the bank on the high street. Yeah, control Ted. Go and investigate. If you need anything, just give us a shout. Yeah. Yeah, alright then. That's how it was. Yeah, the report of a man in the high street with a shotgun. Ted, can you go and have a look? See what's going on. Tell us if you need anything. Yeah, okay. And we did. We just used to go off. No bulletproof. Yeah. No bulletproof vest or anything. All we had in our pocket to protect us was a stick of wood. And handcuffs. That was it. That's all we had. But did you have stockings on your head? Yeah, you can put stocking on your head. Does that exempt? If you put a stocking on your head, does that exempt you from wearing a mask because you've still got a face covering? Maybe. So when you go in the bank, yep, I'll just put my face cover. No, I'm not. No, I'm just putting my mask on. There. Lord Barkley says no, she played Sapphire. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Joanna Lumley played Sapphire in Sapphire and Steel. If I'm wrong, yep, I accept I'll be wrong, but I don't think she did. Well, that wheel's a little bit stiffer than that one, but it doesn't matter because it's not. It's not. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not meant to turn. It's not going to turn, or it's not like we'll be wheeling it up and down the bench. Pete Rogers, was he in a Zephyr? Yeah, a Zephyr or a Jaguar. You could always tell when there was going to be a car crash and a car chase in the Sweeney, because the bad guys were always in a Jaguar. And they must have had an excess of scrap Jaguars that they needed to write off, because there was always a chase if the bad guys were in a Jag. And they were some of the first car chases we saw on TV. We only used to watch the Sweeney because of the car chases. I remember going back to school the day after watching Sweeney. Did you see the Sweeney last night? Yeah, it was a car chase. Right, Sapphire and Steel. Okay, I stand corrected. I'm talking about Dempsey and Makepeace. No, okay. I'll have to make sure of myself. Yep. Sapphire and Steel, Dempsey and Makepeace. I can't remember Sapphire and Steel then. It was David McCallum and Joanna Lumley, Sapphire and Steel. Right, I'll have to look it up because, yeah, I'm all mixed up here. Philip Prime, that is correct. Ford Zephyr, blaggers. Jaguar, armed blaggers. Yep, that could be right. Yep, the Sweeney. That's a Sweeney for you. Traditional, good old English. Oh no, I could glue them on because I could still get to the backs to paint them. So yeah, that's all right. We can do that. Once we get 8 built, we can glue them on, and they all look the same. And now I have Dempsey and Makepeace music stuck in my head, says Foxy. Ooh, yes, we have achieved something. I can't remember it. I need to look it up after this stream. Remind me at the end of the stream to go and have a look up Dempsey and Makepeace, Sapphire and Steel, and see which one. So, yep. So I accept then. I'm probably wrong. So. Ford Granada, lovely car. I didn't have the Granada, I had the Cortina. The Granada was the posh person's car. Yeah. Yeah, it was for the I would think the Ford Cortina was the middle management car, and the Granada was upper management. Yeah, the Ford Cortina was the terraced house with a garden, and the Ford Granada was the detached house with a garden. Oh no, it was a semi-detached house with a garden. That's how they fit. That's how they. That's how you could tell ownership. Lord Barclay said, I'll stick a link on the boom. Thank you. Yeah, I accept. As I said, I accept I'm wrong, but thank you. But yeah, Fox is right. I was thinking of sapphire steel. Lord Barker says, I have all the songs from Lost Islands stuck in his head, and all week, and now he knows all the words. It's terrible, isn't it, when he's singing along to a track. The radio's on, and he's singing along to the track, and suddenly the artist forgets the words. Yeah, they're not singing the same words as you are. Fox has put the link up. Now we can all suffer the theme tune to Sapphire and Steel. Dempsey Makepeace. Maybe because of the theme tune, I blanked it from my mind. That's maybe the reason I don't recall it. Yep, Ted Foreman with Cortina, White Hats, Granada. Yep, that's it. But did you? In the shipyard, you could tell the foreman used to have overalls with blue collars, and then the managers had overalls with red collars. And then that was before the days of safety helmets, so you could tell who was who. And of course, if you were a humble workman, you just had a blue boiler suit. Apart from us elitist electricians, we had brown overalls because we were good. So that's what Graham's referring to with blue hats. I think that's going back to the Victorian type days when the managers used to wear bowler hats and the foreman used to wear like trilbies. Dempsey and Makepeace was Glynis Barber and Michael Brandon, says Graham McRoberts. Alright. Athol's in, good evening. Been busy pre-painting his 2021 colour scheme, so it's white and a border of tiling across the whole living room. It's an American chop show with the Persuaders are the best theme tune. That was good, the Persuaders. That was Tony Curtis and Roger Moore, wasn't it? That was dun 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 dun. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I've got the Persuaders in my head now. Fox, yes. Dempsey Makepeace, no. In my head, the Persuaders. I've got it. It was I was thinking of theme tunes the other day actually when I was watching something on telly. I don't know what it was. I can't remember the show itself, but it seemed to be a thing that all theme tunes were played by big bands. You know, they had a whole orchestra, just even for like Kojak. It was an orchestra. and yeah, he's got music by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Yeah, you don't seem to do that now for sitcoms or detective shows or anything like that. Scale model views, time for work. Okay, don't work too hard. Thanks for dropping by. Catch up the rest of it later when you come back. You catch it up on the rerun when it renders. Persuaders had the best theme tune. They did. The Protectors was better. No, there's an argument going on. No, the Persuaders. Yep, fight at the back over who's the best theme tune. Relaxing, denubbing and chatting. That's what it's all about. Yep. If you wanted to see serious building, you'd come here and you'd come to YouTube and just click on a YouTube build video. But the idea of coming to one of these live chats is to join in, interact, chill. Some of you might even be at the bench yourself. Sweeney top tune. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but as I said, once again, it was a big band sound, wasn't it? You can imagine just making a theme tune for a TV show with a conductor and a load of guys sat in a recording studio. It just doesn't happen anymore. But a better tune was the Avenues and Alleyways. Yeah, that was the Persuaders, wasn't it? Any avenue. Mark, have I sorted out the bumpers yet? No, I'll wait till I get to that stage. I take it you're talking about the bumpers, the fender around the hull. I'll wait till I get to that bit. Probably when I've more or less finished it, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with that. I did like the way that guy on YouTube has done his. I might copy that or have a version of it. But once I've got back to work, I can have a look around the store and see if there's a spare piece of really nice thin hemp rope. Or I could take some hemp rope and strip it. Take the cord out. That might work quite nicely for this. I didn't like the ending on the Sweeney. It was always sort of melodramatic type stuff, wasn't it? Sweeney reminds me of his youth when he was 7 or 9, says Lord Barclay. Yeah, when you watch it now, I think it's currently on UK Gold or something on Sky. There's a Sweeney and the champion, not the champions. That was another show in itself. It was a Sweeney and the Bodie and Doyle. What are them two called? Fester's in, Colin's in. Good evening, Colin. Yarrows had blue overalls for Boilermakers. Shipwrights, welders and riveters. Brown for chippies, carpenters, and white for painters. And strangely white for foremen too. Yeah, that was very much similar to Yard I was in at Barra. Shipwrights, welders and riveters. Everybody had blue overalls apart from the painters who wore white and the electricians. who wore brown. So hi to Colin, Mark, Graham. Most of the folks that wrote theme tunes in the 60s and 70s are also composed. Okay, they also composed library music. They also had access to it. Yeah, there was no electronic music in them days. Yeah, there wasn't any of this. Let's look for a theme tune. Oh, we'll pinch that record off such and such an artiste. Yeah, it's none of that. Used to make up their own music. So everyone's saying hi to Colin. Yeah, and he's most welcome. Used to watch The Protectors on a Sunday lunchtime after the Funky Phantom cartoon show. I don't remember the Funky Phantom. No. Does anybody else remember the Funky Phantom? Best cop show has got to be Dixon of Dock Green. Yes, loved it. Brilliant. True Bobbying. Real policing in real times when it was a fake cop gov. Right, my lad, you're under arrest. Come with me down to the police station. Yeah, all right, Mr. Dixon, you've got me. It's a fake cop. I'll come quietly. Yeah, brilliant. Somebody needs a 3D scan of a Mark III Cortina. I think there is a kit somewhere of a Mark III Cortina. I'm sure I've seen somebody with a kit of one. The Professionals was Oncy Nonce. That was it, The Professionals. Yeah. I think they tried to do a Sweeney, but they just didn't cut it really. Yeah, it was alright. I think the first couple of episodes was alright. I think it just got silly. Then of course Z Cars. Graham at Robert, do I remember the Starsky and Hutch theme? I do now you've mentioned it, yes. Yep. And thank you very much. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yes. Then of course Z Cars. Starsky and Hutch is gone. I've now got Z Cars. Yeah. I had the chance of a real 1-to-1 scale Mark III Cortina until I found that the floor was non-existent. That's right, yes, they never had any floor in them. I repaired mine. The sills had gone on mine. So all you did was went to the motor factors and said, can I have a pair of sills for a Mark III Cortina? And they give you these two formed pieces of sheet steel where you went home, filled the rusting sills in your Cortina with newspaper, wire, chicken wire and filler, and then welded these sills over the top, and that was it. That's how you fixed your Cortina when the floor fell out, or certainly when the sills rotted, and the sills rotted all the time because they had holes in them just for catching water. So they used to rot from the inside out. The Bill was a good cop show. Yeah, Fox will tell you all about the Bill. I did used to watch bits. I remember watching bits of the Bill. Yeah, I do admit that I used to watch the Bill. I can't remember any of it, but I used to watch it. But Fox is a big fan of the Bill. Bizarrely, this talk has put the Crown Court theme in his head, and I'm skiving off school. Oh, skived off school. Never skived off school. Uh, I was young and stupid and had found girls, or maybe I would be the owner of a nice antique Cortina now. Yeah, they're still out there, but I sold mine. I sold my Cortina when on my way home. I was going up the hill to my house because there was like two big hills before you got to my house, and I was going up the second hill, and I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw sparks coming out of the exhaust. So it was time to sell the Cortina. Yeah, somebody bought it. I think it still ran on for quite a while after that. But those were the days when you could fix your own car. You didn't have to go to the garage to have it plugged in and diagnosed. Just need to make sure that these wheels are going on straight while I'm chatting. Yeah, all people have been reminded of Crown Court. Yeah, that was it. That was a dinner time. That was a school lunchtime favourite, wasn't it? Well, it was on at school lunch times when you went home. If you were allowed to go home from school and you lived near enough, you could go home for your dinner. So I used to go home, and Crown Court was on. Can't remember the theme tune, but I no doubt have to look at something else. I'll have to look up. What's going on? My dream car will be a fully restored Mark II. Oh, do you mean a Mark III Cortina? But with modern engine and bits that actually made it drivable. Yeah, they used to have massive, huge steering wheels. It was like driving a bus. But you could pimp it up. You could buy a wooden steering wheel. And it was only held on with a big nut, so you just needed a nut to unfasten it, swap your steering wheel over, and do the bee's knees, because you had I think it was a gear. The steering wheel from a gear was wooden, so you could change them over. My Cortina didn't have headrests, so you could go to Halfords and buy one of these slide over headrests. You could slide them on, and then you had a headrest. Nor did it have a heated rear window, so you could buy the stick-on ones, and that would run your battery flat. Because you forget to turn it off, or it wouldn't turn off. You had to wire it all. You had to wire it all in. Oh, knock the camera again. Let's go back over here a bit. Lord Barclay, just watched the intro to Funky Phantom. Brings back memories. I can't recall the Funky Phantom at all. Sorry about that one, but I can't recall it. They tried remaking Crown Court, did they really? Oh, I can't have caught on. I think people probably have been to court themselves many times and just realised it wasn't true to life. So if Fox had a dream car, the interior of his would be original. Would it have the vinyl roof? Would you get one with a vinyl roof that you polish with boot polish? Someone in air had the Starsky hutch flashing, minus the flashing light. I was jealous as I was wanting one back then. Mind you, it was only... Yeah, everybody wanted a Starsky hutch car. I think there was everybody that had a Nissan Bluebird, which was vaguely the same shape as a Starsky hutch car, painted it red with a white stripe, and then thought they were Starsky hutch. Now there's a car, Nissan Bluebird. They were the cars that in the day came with everything, like a stereo. I'm just thinking, have I stuck these on the right way around? Yes, I have. Why won't that go on there? Because that bent, that's all. There we go, it fits now. Yeah, the Nissan Bluebird, it had everything. Even had like a cigarette lighter, which was a thing in them days. It had, I think it had central locking, but it wasn't remote locking, it was a key and all the doors opened. He wants a car that looks like a Mark III but drives, but not one that drives like a Mark III. They were brilliant. Yeah, loads of room in them. Plastic seats that were freezing cold in the winter and burnt your backside off in the middle of summer, especially when you were in shorts, because we all wore shorts in them days. Quite a lot of Ford stuff's interchangeable. It was. Yeah, I know that whether you chose a Cortina or any other of the Ford range, usually all the engines were the same. So you could just interchange, drop one engine out, put another one in. Yeah, no having to go to the specialist parts store to give them your engine number and chassis number and registration number just to get the right part. Yeah, you could turn up at the Ford service desk and say, "This is broke." "Oh yeah, you need one of these, mate," and off you go. Mark III keeps me still an eye off, says Fox. Yes, I know what you meant, Fox. You meant the Mark III. So I had so many Fords, but the best drive was either Mark IV 2.3 gear or the Sierra 2.1 GLS. Yeah, the Mark IVs, they were the ones that went back to the three boxes. They were the angular ones again, weren't they? they were nice cars. The original Sierra was a completely different car. It was, remember the first ones, so the jelly box mould, the jelly mould, and nobody liked them because they were such an obscure shape at the time. But yeah, you look at every car now and it's sort of not too dissimilar to what the original Sierra was. Yeah, Fox had a Sierra Sapphire. That was mint like a land yacht. What was the other ones like a land yacht? It was the Austins, the Austin Princess, the Austin Maxi. They were huge cars. Was it the Princess? It was like a block of cheese, like a cheese wedge. But they were the Reps car of the time, wasn't it? Very Terry and June-ish. Everybody in suburbia had one. They were, yeah, they were huge. They had big walnut dashes. And once again, as Fox said, you know, up the dashboard in 4 different postcode areas. BMW Minis, made by X4 seed time. I've got a BMW Mini and it's cavernous, but when they first came out, the Mini 1, there was actually more room in the old Mini, in the original Mini, compared to the Mini 1, just because of the way that the upholstery and everything was sort of and all the safety zones were built into it. It just made the outside of it was bigger, but the inside, the interior room, there was more room in my old original Mini. They were great cars. I had a couple of them, Minis. Best looking Ford was a Mark III GLX with the twin headlights. They were, yes. They were, shame they didn't do a GXL estate. That were, yeah, they were the Granadas that went into the estate. Yeah, I think we've got that lot sort of fairly straight. There's a couple. I'm not really a petrol head myself, but I do recall days gone by, cars in the past. I couldn't tell you the difference between one car and another these days, unfortunately. Yeah, just check this is straight. It looks straight to me. Yeah, right. I think that's all for tonight. That'll do for tonight. We'll carry on with the next bit next week. Well, let's catch up in the chat, see what's going on. Yeah, still lots of people talking about cars. I had a Sapphire, went through lots of starter motors and got rid. I had to use a boat oar to get the starter to turn over. That, yeah, you used to carry a hammer for that very reason, didn't you? Your car wouldn't start. You'd go out and just click, click. So you get the hammer out, bonnet up, tap the starter, and away you go. Yeah, no need for the AA, man. I think the AA man has got a lot more work on him these days than he used to have. Because when it won't start, it's called the AA man. Which nearly happened to me the other day. I went out and my Mini packed up in Tesco car park. A battery went flat on it. Oh, so panicked. I managed to get a jump start and take her home, but unfortunately, unfortunately, it means a new battery. For a BMW Mini with a stop-start battery required, they don't come cheap. So, yeah, I think that's my Christmas present. Steve131 says he likes this model very much. Do you mean this one, or do you mean the car model? We've all been talking about cars tonight. I'm quite liking this as it's going together. It's going together really well. It's going together nice and simply. Nothing too taxing on the brain to work things out. And looking at the instructions, there's not a very big parts count. Just a bit of detail to go around the tops. And a bit more after that, but really, as I said, there's not a really big parts count for it, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be a spanking model for weathering and painting and weathering. Right, Athol's off to take his medicine, coffee and head to bed. Yes, it is that time. It's 10:30. It's about time I think we called it into this live stream. We've done some building. We've got all of these things glued on. Yeah, there's more than 3 things glued on. We've had a chat about cars and whiskey and a bit of nostalgia. So it's been a good night all round, really. So I think on that note, I will call an end to the proceedings, call time and last orders, and start and turn the lights out and leave you all until next week. But anyway, if you want to see the rest of the tank boat being built, yep, the tank boat, come along next week, same time, same place, 9 o'clock on Skipper Scale Models, and join me again. But anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for everybody for coming along. And if you haven't put a thumbs up already, give the video a thumbs up because we like your support. If you didn't like what you saw, just drop me a line. Let me know why and we'll try and change it for next time. But thank you very much, everybody, for your support. I will see you all later in the week. Don't forget, subscribe anyway, because there may or may not be some impromptu, unannounced live streams when I just decide to do something. We did one the other week with Skylar and her Lego, and she loved doing it. She wants to do another one, but we'll see about that. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you all again next week. And I'll go and check up on Sapphire and Steel and Dempsey Makepeace and the Crown Court theme tune. But till next week, thank you all, everybody. Good night. And if I find my mouse somewhere, I can press the button and end the show. Right. Good night, everybody. Bye. There it is. Bye.